Guys, welcome back to my channel. John here, and you're on the Sky One Videos channel. I'm starting here at this web page, just so you can see, stripesource.com. Wanted to get stripes, Raleigh stripes for my car. You know, I went to a couple places, and it was between, one of them wasn't too bad, 500, but then when I told them I wanted carbon fiber, they jacked it up. And I mean, these guys were 800 to 1,000 they wanted for carbon fiber. I was like, oh hell no. So I noticed they added a new one. So the stripes I got, see, that's what got my attention. So they were a little bit narrower. See, they look wider here. Look at that. The ones I got are a little bit narrower than that. I don't know how that happened, but I wanted the little pinstripe on the outer edge, so they made this regular stripe thinner, and then they added the stripe on there, which was kind of a pain in the butt, because as I went to go try to peel the backing off, I don't know, the pinstripes that were like right over on the side here, they were coming off of the clear plastic part. You'll see it on the top. It just was coming off, and it was a pain, and it fell, and one thing led to another. Plus, I was doing the dry method on the hood, which is probably the worst thing. I saw other people doing the dry method, and it looked pretty easier than the wet. But after I'd done the hood and kind of screwed it up a little bit, I realized I needed to do the wet method. So I used the wet method on the roof. Did I do it on the trunk? I don't think I did it on the trunk. I think I just did the wet method on the roof, and it worked way better. You know, you spray down a little bit of water with a little bit of soap in there, and that way you can kind of reposition it. Yeah, getting the middle sounds a lot easier, but like when you measure it and everything, but then as you're putting it down and you're moving it a little bit, because it's not perfectly flat, it was difficult getting it perfectly straight. So anyway, I'm going to show you the car. I'll show you the decals. I'll show you where I screwed up, and I'm going to show you on this video here that I'm editing the process I kind of went through. I didn't have somebody hold the camera while I was actually applying it, so I kind of just showed you clips along the way. But in case you're wondering, you know, how difficult it is, I think Raleigh stripes, you might want to have somebody else do it for you, but some of this other stuff, you know, these little stripes, I think you can do it. Just do the wet method and you'll probably be fine. So yeah, let me show you the car.
Be strong.
It's a little drizzly out, but I like it when my car is wet, dripping with power. So this is the stripes I went with. I went with the carbon fiber. It's by Vivid. I'm going to get it close so you can see it. And I think the factory ones, if you notice, the pattern's the same on the left and the right. I think the factory ones, pattern's like this on this side, and it's like this on the other side. So that was my first little slight disappointment. And then getting this to line up to the front was a little difficult. And then you can see, well, because it kind of bows down, and it's kind of difficult to get it straight anyway. But it came out pretty good. I thought about doing the hood over again, but I don't know. And then on the back, I remember I had an issue with this side, and I said, oh, I need to fix it, and then I never did. But this side, it kind of skewed out, and this GoPro is gonna, with the lens, it'll kind of show a little weird, but I'll try to hold it right in the middle. Looks like it kind of went out a little bit here. It's not real bad, and I left a little gap there. I think a lot of people do that. Tucking it in here was kind of fun, and then getting it to stick on the lip. I cleaned the lip of the trunk, but getting it to stick, you know, you have to use a heat gun. So you have to make sure you have a heat gun when you're doing this. You see around the top, they didn't cut the decal out, so I had to use, by the way, I used knifeless tape. You need to get stuff called knifeless tape. It's like a tape with a little thin wire on it. And you need that so you can get the edges right. So here I screwed up here. I don't know, I had this lined up and then I don't know what happened, but I went way off, and it's about 1/8 of an inch. But yeah, and I get a little bit of a crease there too. But probably only gonna have the decals on for a couple years because you're not supposed to have them on that long, it said. But yeah, I'll show you the process. It's all in all though, for 160 bucks, I'm pretty happy with it. But it might be one of those things, if I was to keep the car for a long time, keep the decals on it for a long time, I'd rather pay the extra money and make sure it's done right, you know. So, but you can't really notice it unless I kind of point it out. So I'm going to start on these Raleigh stripes. I got them, I started over by the license plate. I figure if I screw up there I can stop. But the issue I'm having is it comes coiled up in that box there, so this clear plastic stretches, and although they say it doesn't matter, I find it harder to apply it. So I like to lift this clear plastic off and reapply it so I don't have a bunch of bubbles here. It shouldn't matter on this side, but you know, it'd be nice if it didn't have that on there. So I pull it back and then I lay it back down, but see, I did it once and it still has some here, but I'm not going to get it perfect, but when you unwind it, it had a whole bunch of it. So I want to get it pretty close. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put it down on the trunk. So no, I can't. I don't have a tripod still. I have a tripod somewhere, but I don't know where the mount is that holds the GoPro to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you at each stage of putting it on, and I'm doing the dry method. I'm not going to spray it. All right, so let's see how it goes. By the way, so before I forget, this is Vivid XPO, and I've been marking which side is the front, because when you cut these sections off, the patterns, I think it's good to mark it. So anyway, let's see how it goes. Let's get it on the trunk. All right, so I got it taped down. It took me a while to measure this because it's kind of odd. So make sure you get the middle. I measured from the edge there, and then I'm also gonna mark with a pencil on the edge of the paper in case it moves while I'm doing it. But yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is hinge method. I'm gonna pull this part up, cut it, lay this part down, go along here and tuck it under the spoiler, and then I'll do the front part. So when I cut this, there was a little bit of shavings from the paper that got in there, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen. But you know what? I didn't pay much for this. 160 bucks for these stripes, so you know, if I screw something up, whatever, no big deal. All right, so let's do the other side. All right, so I'm peeling the tape up. Now the freaking mosquitoes are gonna come out. I gotta hurry up. I'm not planning on doing the whole car. I just wanted to get this trunk done. Do the front bumper tomorrow, maybe. So this stuff is not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. It's kind of thick, so I'm going to pull this backing off and see how it looks. The backing gets a little jacked up, so But you should rub it with the backing so you don't mess up the vinyl. You know, I didn't realize till after I bought it, this stuff only lasts a couple years. They say after a couple years you should take it off. And when you clean your trunk, make sure you clean that lip, because you're going to go around it. See, that piece right there is a little crooked. I'll fix that though. Oh, that looks good. See all the bugs. Alright, I need to put down the GoPro because I gotta open this trunk. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There it is, I get that on. So, I think it looks pretty good. I like the looks of the carbon fiber on a white car. If you do a white car, don't go with flat. Go with carbon fiber. But this stuff was not that hard at all. And look, I got no bubbles here at all, so looking forward to the rest. Look at all the mosquitoes. Do not do this in the evening. All right, I'm done. More later. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. John here, and you're on the Sky One Videos channel. Today is an awesome day. 70 degrees. Look at the sky. These are the days I like North Carolina a lot. The pollen is still here, but not nearly as bad. I finished the decals, and I'll tell you, getting these things straight was a bear. I have one of those laser things, but I can't. It's just hard to get it. It's just hard to get it right. See, if you look at the top part, looks like it's angled a little bit. I don't know, all I can say is drive fast, maybe nobody notices. The hood's pretty bad. I asked him if I can get another hood section. I don't know, I'm gonna remeasure. But if I didn't get estimates of like $800, I would have just paid somebody. But I like the carbon fiber. Look at the look I get from it. So I'm gonna spray this down because I want to get some photos. A lot of people have been posting photos on the website. I got nothing to post, so just gonna use my camera. I mean my phone. I'm not gonna use my Nikon. But anyway, yeah, let me spray this thing down, and we're gonna get rolling. Some photos over at the lake, and I wanted to go get a lobster roll, so I'm cutting right through Raleigh instead of taking the belt line, using my GPS. And yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm going down some roads I haven't been down in a long time. But it looks like a lot of people are out and about today. I saw one guy with a convertible top down. I don't know, the pollen is still pretty bad. I don't know if I'd do that. I got my sunroof closed. But I got some nice photos. I'm gonna post them up here.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Lassiter at North Hills Avenue.
But I am starving. And I decided to get a lobster roll. So off to North Hills.